Hi there. I'm Sylvia Plester-Silk, and 10 Minutes to Joy is your weekly invitation to reset, recharge, and rediscover your most joyful self through aha moments and simple energy techniques. Today, we're talking about the joy of a good night's sleep. For many years, I struggled deeply with getting my 6 to 8 recommended hours per night of sleep. I spent endless nights tossing and turning, and I'm sure that many of you can relate. So, how did I get from there to most nights I'm sleeping 7 hours a night? And it's kind of miraculous to go, oh, this is what people who get sleep feel like. So, what can you do to improve your sleep? We call this sleep hygiene. A couple of really basic things is to go to bed at the same time every night. Now, it can be 11:11, but at relatively within, a 15-minute, half an hour variation per night, get up in the morning at the same time. So what you're doing is you're training your body and your circadian rhythms to nurture you, and you're teaching your body that this is the hours that we relax, this is the hours we wake up. So helping to get to sleep. One, stop watching any news in the evenings later, no late news. Whatever's happening in the world will be available tomorrow. Take all of your electronics devices like your cell phones, tablets, etc., out of the bedroom. They're shown to have a negative impact on sleep. Possibly read a book, but read a book that's not going to start your mind to thinking about something, but that's just going to relax you. I read probably what some people would say throwaway novels at nighttime to just relax my brain. Then when you get into bed, it's helpful to, wash up and that kind of thing. Some people find it really helpful to have a bath before going to bed because it relaxes the body on a physical level. Some people use different supplements, and I used them for periods of time and found them helpful. I made sure that they were non-addictive and used them as I needed them. But that's not my qualification to go into. I'd recommend that you talk with a naturopath or somebody who's into homeopathic medicine to understand that better, or even at your local health food store if they have someone knowledgeable. What I do when I can't sleep is I will lie with my eyes closed and focus on my breathing. And it's giving my mind something to do, just noticing, are my lungs filling up? Am I breathing deeply enough? Taking my breath a little bit deeper, exhaling fully, and inhaling again, and just watching the air going in and out in my mind's eye. And when that isn't enough, I will do what I call progressive muscle relaxation. And I apologize if I'm using the wrong term, but this is what it's worked for me, and that's what I call it. And I'll start at the top of my head and say, I relax my forehead. And I'm thinking about my muscles. And I'll say this in my mind's eye. So I'm not verbally saying it because my husband would then get woken up. I relax my cheekbones. I relax my jawbones. I relax my neck. I relax the back of my head. I relax my shoulders. I relax my chest. I relax my arms. I relax my hands. And you can even see as I'm doing this, my body is starting to relax as I'm going down. And I go all the way down my body, front and back, relaxing any muscles that I can think of, and sometimes organs. I relax my lungs. I relax my heart. Rarely have I ever made it to my feet. There have been nights, so that can also be very helpful. I also wear a mask to block out any lights coming, and I wear earplugs to block out any noise. I live on a fairly busy street, and so the noise sometimes can be quite something and unexpected. Uh, Other people listen to relaxing music. There's certainly very much meditations that one can take to to relax and help sleep. I believe that you can even get a band that goes around your head that has speakers in it to just listen to relaxing music. But again, you want to think about how you would put a toddler to sleep. You wouldn't have a toddler run around, and then plop them into bed and expect that they're going to drop off to sleep instantaneously. No, you probably are going to read them a story, give them a nice warm bath, start talking to them even more calmly than you did. You might have them get in their jammies and spend some quiet time with some quiet toys. So again, think about what are these things that you can do to slowly and methodically relax your body. There's different sprays that you can use on your pillow with different scents that can be very much relaxing to the body. You could use the things that I can't think of now. Oh, this is great. Essential oils, like lavender, is very relaxing for many if you're not allergic to it, and can help induce that relaxed state. So think about all of your senses. How do you slow down in the evening? Caffeine can be a big part of it. Do you drink caffeine in the evening? Maybe stop caffeine in the evening. Stop it after lunch. Stop it altogether. That's up to you, but just know that it's a stimulant. Alcohol is also a stimulant. Even though it sort of relaxes your body, what can happen is if you take alcohol to sleep, you may fall asleep, but you'll wake up a little bit agitated. So it is not a great sleep aid. Some people use eh, marijuana gummies and stuff like that. Again, not my area of expertise, not something I do. But again, you can research that on your own. It's really about how do you learn to teach your body to relax almost on command, but in gentle command, right? It is just taking time out. So the worries of the day, it may be that you need to say, I release all the worries of my day. I relax my body. I allow calm to enter. I am breathing deeply. Thank you for a beautiful night's sleep. And just going slow, 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 and gently with yourself. Don't make phone calls to people that upset you or agitate you. Don't read articles in the evening that upset you or agitate you. Don't possibly even read novels or books that get your mind really actively thinking and get stimulated with all sorts of wonderful ideas in the evenings. Earlier in the day is a great time to do that, first thing in the morning. So getting up first thing in the morning, I will admit I'm a serial snoozer. So my snooze bar will often get hit in the morning. And during that time, I will use it often to do gratitude practice. So I am so grateful. Thank you for a beautiful night's sleep. Thank you for my beautiful day ahead. Gratitude can also be a great way to relax your body at the nighttime so that you can sleep. It gives your mind something to do. If you're one of those ones whose mind suddenly becomes hyperactive when it hits the pillow, then gratitude. Thank you so much for, and whatever you experienced in the day that was meaningful and loving for you, or helpful, or that you're grateful that happened. and just going into that beautiful, gentle, loving gratitude energy. Another idea can be to journal, an hour or so before you go to bed with anything that's been bothering you about the day. Think about it as getting it away. Early in my career, when I would have something bothering me and have to go in to see a client for a client session, I would imagine a box in my mind's eye on a shelf. And I would open the box and I would put anything that I was worried or concerned about my life. And I would imagine writing it on a piece of paper and placing it in the box and putting the lid on the box. That allowed me to come into my session 100% for my client. Then after I did my client work for the day, I would go back to the box and start to address whatever was worrying me that maybe was still left, because sometimes we have worries and over the day they they aren't that big anymore, but in the moment they were very huge and important to us. So those are a few hints of how it's what I've used personally or clients have used to help them relax, let go, and get even better night's sleep. Because let's face it, there's nothing like the joy of a good night sleep. That's a wrap for today. Small moments create big changes. Keep growing, keep shining, and I'll see you next Friday on 10 Minutes to Joy. Sleep well.